Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and this video is about why alcohol and eBay are never a good a good idea together. Because I needed these like I needed a hole in the head, but I was perusing on eBay the other day and having a few drinks at the same time, and for some reason I saw these local to me with a very high postage price on them. And I had to have a bit of a bid, and like I said, I've got loads of Amiga stuff, but they were cheap enough, and I think I got a reasonable deal for what I paid for them anyway. So I've just been, it was only over in Glossop, which is about 5 miles from me, so I popped over there after work today and picked this little lot up, and I'll show you what I've got. Yeah, get in the box. Ooh, we've got some old Amigas, and they are not in brilliant condition, but to be honest, these are now getting really quite difficult to get in any sort of condition for a fair price, and I think I paid a fair price for these, to be honest. We've got another Amiga 500 Plus in very yellowed, but it looks to be complete condition. And we've got, now this wasn't in the listing on eBay. She just said that she'd found it and thrown it in the box. We've got a spare Amiga keyboard. That's not got any of the control electronics on it, but and obviously we don't know whether the membrane's any good, but just for the keycaps off it, it's worth having, because it's not got any missing. It's complete. If you look, it's a complete full set. There's no missing keys or anything, and they don't feel bad. They're actually not even terribly yellowed. I think most of this is just gack and muck and stuff. They should actually clean up quite nicely. So that was a nice bonus, really. And then we have, rather poor, but it's complete. Well, complete-ish. Amiga 500. Now, this is filthy. It really is, and it looks like someone's tried to whiten these keys here with Tipp-Ex. They do appear that someone's brushed Tipp-Ex around them, and then they've got red paint. At least I hope that's paint on there and not blood. Well, they've got something nasty on them there as well. The only real shame with this one is, if you look there, the case is a bit broken. I mean, it should be gluable. It's not as though we've got a piece missing or anything. It is just a bit broken up there. So anyway, what I thought we'd do... Oh, and apparently neither of them have got floppy drives in them. The floppy drives are missing. But, yeah, they are what they are. Yeah, this case is not in terribly good condition, to be honest. I can see it's been broken before. It's been broken there and glued. It's been broken there and glued. It doesn't look like it's been broken on that side, on this side at any point. So it's not as though all this has been snapped off. That seems okay. It's just it's snapped there, and obviously it's broken there. I do have a mind, like I'm doing with various other computers, to make a big box Amiga out of an old Amiga 500. So that might be a good potential donor. I mean, it's if the motherboard's serviceable in it anyway. I don't know yet. It's something I've been toying around with as an idea for a while. Oops, excuse me. Making up my own, like I said, I've used an old slimline PC case or something. It's in the to-do pile, so I just picked these up because they were local and cheap. And I thought what we'd do in this video anyway, we'll crack into them. She said that neither of them work, so we may even hook them up to a monitor and see if we can get any life out of them. But we'll open them up first and have a quick look inside them. I don't think there's many screws in them. In fact, there don't seem to be any screws in that at all. No, that's completely screwless, that one. Let's give it a yank and see if, and you definitely know it's missing its floppy drive. give it a yank and see if we can get in there. What's holding it? Oh, there we go. We just clicked. There we go, that's it out. Well, let's get the keyboard out. The keyboard's not even connected. Well, we're missing our top shielding. We're missing, I think, all our screws, but the board doesn't look bad, to be honest. And a little bit of corrosion on there, but it don't look horrendous. Apparently these are loft finds, so you know, you get what you get with loft finds. You really don't know what state the loft was in. It don't look horrendous though. I think we'll have a power up of that one, shall we? Let's get something rigged up and we'll give that a power up and see if it does anything. These are going to get put away for some time. So I've got far too many projects on the go at the moment. But you don't turn down some cheap Amigas, because they will go in the Amiga pile, and then when I want to get on and do another Amiga project, I've got some more stuff to play with. What I want is a 3.5 jack to jack lead. We're not going to bother getting colour out of it or anything. We'll just shove a lead up the composite hole and see what comes out. If I can find a suitable lead, that is. What have we got here? That's no use. Oh, what's this one do? Right. This lead's totally overkill for what we want, but it'll do. I'll shove that in there. And I'll shove that in the video output. Mono video there. Get you up on the screen so at least you can see what's happening on screen as well. And I've got an Amiga power supply set up down here which I keep handy. Let's get that monitor plugged in and get some power up this thing, and we'll see what it'll do. Let's power up it. Right, where's my remote control gone for the telly? Come on, where have you gone? I think I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I don't know what I've done on my remote control now. Oh, it's here. It dropped on the floor. AV, that should be right. Now, where's the plug for that power? There it is. I think that's the one for the Amiga. Yeah, that's the Amiga one. Let's plug that in. We'll connect the keyboard up as well so we can actually see if it's going to do anything. At least we can see what it shows on the keyboard. Now it's that way around, isn't it? I think it's that way around. So we can see at least if the keyboard does the lights on the keyboard do anything that way. Right, well that's plugged in, so let's switch on that. Alright. Our keyboard lights have come on. I don't seem to have anything on screen. I'm on the right. We've got something there. It's doing something. something there, definitely. Let's try it again. You know, I thought that would be where I'd find it. Let me try and find a proper lead for connecting that video up. I think that would be the best thing. I just need a phono-to-phono lead. Everything's buried at the moment, though I can't find a bloody thing at the moment. This is with running up here to do something and not having the time to then go back and tidy everything up. I think it's just end up getting piled one on top of the other, and then sooner rather than later you just can't find a bloody thing. Oh, that's the wrong kind of cable, damn. Let's have a look in this box. No. Let's have a look in, what's this cable here? Ah, that's what we want. Proper one of these. Well, it's not a proper one, it's an audio one, but it'll do the job. Let's go in there. Go in there. Right, let's give this another try, see if we can get anything out of this Amiga. Oh, we got something. There we go. Is it going to do anything? Is it going to boot? There we are. That's not bad for a broken Amiga, is it? Yeah, it's not perfect, it's a bit stuttery, but that could be this it could be this TV, to be honest. It's not the best. But yeah, that saying that's an Amiga 500. Usually they're fairly bomb-proof. I mean, I'm not going to do it in this video, but I'm pretty sure if I was to hook a disk drive up to this, it would just work. Like I said, they're fairly indestructible, the 500, so that's nice. We've got a working Amiga 500 there. I'll switch that off, and I very much doubt we're going to have the same look with the 500 Plus, to be honest, because that's where the bugbear's going to be. It was actually this that attracted me to the let's get you down there so you can see what we're looking at. It's actually this that really attracted me to the lock, because I'm looking for punishment. We all know the 500 Plus had that wonderful issue with the backup battery in it. So we'll crack inside this one and we'll see how bad the corrosion is on it. Nice thing is, I mean, she did say that the floppy drives were missing. This does appear actually to have its floppy drive in it. And there we are. It's a lot more yellowed. That's nice. That's quite a nice, you can see it here. There's I'll zoom you in a bit and you can see the horrors as well. It's a rather nice little RAM expansion module there using 30-pin SIMs. Now what are they? They're 256, so it's a 1 meg expansion. But there's a possibility that could take 4 1 meg SIMs. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure on that. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. But the first thing I will say is the horrors. Before I even get any further into this, where's my pointer device? Can you see the green? All along here. In fact, it's just flaking off with, when I touch it with my probe there. But the green there, the corrosion is really bad, and that's just on that connector there. So God knows what we're going to find when we crack in here. One nice thing, it's got its shielding. Let's is there any screws holding that? Ah, there's a tab there. tabs bent down. Someone's obviously been in these in the past. I very much doubt it was the woman that I bought them off, to be honest. She didn't exactly seem the techie kind. They were found in a relative's attic, so God knows when they were worked on last. Let's, oh dear. And the culprit's even still there. There he is. There's our Vata NiCad, and we have quite a lot of corrosion here. It's actually, Gary doesn't look bad. I'm sure Gary has got corrosion on his legs, but he doesn't look as bad as some of these 500 plus boards that I've worked on. But the board itself looks horrendous. It's very, very corroded. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit and see just quite how much I can show you of this. Can you see this here? Can you see my, yeah. Can you see, there's actual, it's like crystallized. You can see it slightly better on the one, on this one down here. Oops. There's actual crystallization deposits of copper here, actually built up on the legs. It's that much. I'm sure if I scraped hard enough, the legs would literally just, in fact that one has, it's virtually completely gone, just scraping at it like that. So we are going to get this board working again, which I mean it might be possible. I got that other one going and that one was horrendous, but I'm pretty sure that most of these ICs are going to need replacing, so that it's not just going to be a case of cleaning up around these. The corrosion's so bad, it's pretty much eaten the legs away. There's a lot of wires here as well that seem to be affected, and from past experience, what I've had to do in the past with wires when they've been that corroded, I'll zoom you back out again. What I've actually had to do with wires before when they've been that corroded is actually drill through the centre of the wire, pass a little copper wire through it, and then solder it on either side to remake the connection. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's spread too far up this way. I think it stops around Gary. Paula looks like she's come out unscathed. Fat Agnes looks pristine actually around it. I mean, on the other one we did have a bit of corrosion around here. It got to Paula. Gary, if you remember, we had to replace Gary. We had to replace Gary's socket. It had even got up round the CIA's up here. This looks like it's got away with it. Actually might have. It's just how bad it is round here. See, on the last one that I did, the corrosion was more spread out, but it wasn't as severe as I can see around these. At least these three ICs here look very, very bad. Again, the memory expansion, this will clean up. This isn't a problem. These are all gold-plated pins. They will actually clean perfectly. I mean, that might even be a job for my ultrasonic cleaning bath if I can get that board in it, because mine's only a tiny little one. It's really designed for watches and jewellery. But I might be able to get that board in it, and that would certainly get all that crud off there. In fact, what I might do, just for humour, I'll disconnect the floppy drive, which is, well, I'll take the floppy drive out of the computer, see it's not really connected in very well. At least we can have a look at the pins on this connector as well. Let's get that out of the way. I mean, that probably doesn't work, but we may have a go at getting it working. It doesn't look in too bad a condition actually. It's 1991, so it's a later drive. Chin on. Put that to one side for now. This certainly inside seems the nicer case. Yeah, it's not bad at all actually. There does seem to be some corrosion up here, but the rest of this doesn't look bad at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this card out. If I can. I don't want to force it too much with my screwdriver. pop the bottom trapdoor off. And we'll see when we get this card out. The corrosion is rather bad on these pins. It's coming. There we go. We're just removing anything that may stop it booting. But that's quite nice. That certainly will clean up, and I can't see any reason why we can't get that that back up and running. There's very little on there. Even if we have to jump some of these in fact, the tracer's look in very nice condition as well. So I thoroughly expect we'll get that up and running. I mean, that's worth a tenner. Just for the memory expansion, a 1 meg memory expansion, because that's fine for an Amiga 500. That's a nice little upgrade for an A500 there. So we're down to our base. So let's throw caution to the wind. We'll throw some power into it, and we'll see if we get anything out of it. Like I said, I'm not holding out a lot of hope, not with how much corrosion we've got on the board, but we'll see. Again, I'll connect the keyboard up. Just so we can see what's happening. We can look at the lights on the keyboard and see what's happening there. There we go, that's plugged on. Let's power that up and see if it actually does anything at all. Well, it's doing more than I was expecting it to do. Got a white screen. We've got the green power light is flashing, so it doesn't look like it's going to boot, but to be honest, it's more than I was expecting. I was really expecting just a blank screen, just a black screen. Nothing seems to be getting unduly hot. In fact, Gary is staying stone cold, to where everything else is indeed coming up to temp. Agnes, yeah, no, and Gary's stone cold. So have we got... This isn't going to be a repair video, but you know what it's like. You just try something, don't you, just to have a see. I'm just going to try reseating Gary, just to be on the... just to see. I very much doubt this is going to do anything, but Gary was staying stone cold where everything else was warming up nicely. So there we go. And Gary's out, and his legs, actually his legs don't look bad at all, as you can see. There's certainly no there's no green deposits on there. There's a little bit on the socket. The socket's certainly going to need replacing. I mean, I could probably clean it. In fact, I'll give it a quick shot of switch cleaner. Oops. Knock my flux off as well. While we're in here. Okay, I'm not expecting this to bring it back to life, but I'll just have a quick go. While it's wet, we'll shove the IC back in. There we go. There it is, it's back in its socket. I'm not expecting it to have made a much difference, but it's worth a quick try. Just give everything else a quick shove down. And give it another power up and just see if it does anything. No, it's going to do the same thing again. We might have like lost 5 volts to the IC or something, because it's staying absolutely stone cold as where everything else. I mean, nothing's getting hot, which is good, but they're all just coming up to a nice operating temperature, as where Gary is staying absolutely stone cold. So, yeah. We could have a Duff Gary, we could have a supply issue. That's a distinct possibility that it's not getting its 5 volts or something like that. I'll switch that off. I don't want to run it in a poorly condition like that for too long. So I was literally expecting this to be a write-off and to be just a parts machine, but I think it might be a possible resurrection, this one. And any more 500 pluses that we can save rather than just being chopped up for the bits is another Amiga saved. So I won't be doing anything to this Amiga anytime soon, but it is both of them actually. I'm quite surprised. Both of them are either viable Amigas, or at least they're more than spare parts machines. And I was kind of expecting to just get a couple of spare parts machines out of it, really. Really nice that we've got not only that memory expansion, but an extra keyboard, and even if it's faulty, a disk drive, like I said, in with the lot as well, which is quite nice, because I'm sure she could have at least flogged them off again on eBay. I mean, the keyboard, people are asking what? They're asking like £1 each for these keys. So yeah, which fair enough if you've got an I or an 8 or something missing on your Amiga. You can't just nip to your local Commodore Centre now and get a new keyboard. So being able to get a spare keycap's a good thing. Excuse me. Oh, better stick the shielding back on it. What I might do, I might leave the floppy out of this one for now. So we know this one's a distinct, you know, it's definitely dead. It's definitely going to need more work on it. In fact, DME, we've seen in there. And the corrosion. Now that's gone in from somewhere else. That's probably from storage, but it's definitely got corrosion. It's actually rotted a couple of the pins off on the 9-pin ports there, so they'd need replacing. Put that one down again. But this one, I'm tempted to see, not now, because I'm going to call this video very soon. It's already getting up to about 30 minutes long. It was just a quickie. I might install this floppy drive in this case, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that though, because people want quite a bit for just the plastics. That will glue. That will glue there. It just will never look very good, because whoever did that didn't do a particularly nice job of it. I'll see perhaps if I can sand it down and make them look better. The main problem is this textured case, so no matter what you do, it's going to look a bit wrong. Unless I do something completely off the wall with this one and do something custom with the case. I could do that, actually. I mean, I'm not destroying anything irreplaceable by doing that. If I can get this into a nice working A500, I could perhaps do something funky with the case, perhaps with vinyl or something, do a vinyl wrap on it, or paint it, or there's things I can do with it, I think. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there for now. Like I say, it was just a quick little... I've just come back Oh, it's got a broken key there. Yeah, the plunger's broken off on that. That's annoying. And the spring's missing. I can fix that using that other keyboard though. That's not a problem. I can take the bits that I need off that spare keyboard that came with them. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, it was just a quick little video, just literally as I got back from going picking these things up. Quite pleasantly surprised. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything to work at all, and then have the A500 actually boot up to a boot screen was quite nice. And I was rather pleasantly surprised to find a disk drive in one. Like I said, obviously the RAM expansion and the spare keyboard are other obvious bonuses. So, like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that little look into some more A500s. So, thanks for watching and goodbye.